Former President Donald Trump looked to attach VP Kamala Harris to the U.S.'s dangerous withdrawal from Afghanistan on Monday, blaming her and President Joe Biden for administering the most humiliating day throughout the entire existence of our country. Days sooner, Harris had attacked Trump as president during her acknowledgment discourse at the vote-based public show. She said she would never deride military members' administration and their penance, a sign of approval for a portion of Trump's remarks about veterans, including his previous head of staff's claim that he referred to American conflict losses as suckers and failures, a record Trump has pointedly denied. Trump and Harris are competing for the upper hand on military issues with just over 2 months to go until the election. They are debating not only who would keep America safe but also who would provide the best care for veterans' needs and who would treat the U.S. Armed Forces with the respect they deserve. Both candidates emphasize their successes in diplomacy and foreign policy, despite not having served in the military. Both are additionally encircling themselves with veterans to vouch for them, including their running mates, who have taken part in their own wild ever-changing about military help. Trump joined family members of soldiers killed in the attack on August 26, 2021, outside Kabul's airport, as the United States was pulling out of Afghanistan, for a wreath-laying ceremony at the Tomb of the Unknowns at Arlington National Cemetery on Monday. The previous president looked to attach Harris to America's tumultuous withdrawal, a vital choice of Biden's that Harris has said she was counseled on. In the final days of the exhausting U.S.-led evacuation effort, a suicide bomber detonated an explosive, resulting in the deaths of 13 U.S. service members and approximately 170 Afghans. The Biden organization has said the passings were a misfortune, yet has remained by the president's choice to end a 20-year war that he contended was gaining little headway. Liberals spent a huge part of their show last week hyping Harris' contention that she is prepared to be president on the very first moment. She related gathering with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky in 2022 to caution him about Russia's arrangement to attack, and said she had prepared the worldwide reaction against the Russian intrusion. She stated in the speech, "I have engaged with our brave troops overseas, strengthened our alliances, and confronted threats to our security. As president, I will guarantee America generally has the most grounded, most deadly battling force on the planet. Furthermore, I will satisfy our sacrosanct commitment to really focus on our soldiers and their families, and I won't necessarily respect and ever stigmatize their administration and their penance." Yet, Harris additionally cautioned that Trump would fix the international strategy progress of the Biden organization and encourage America's foes, saying that he took steps to leave NATO. He supported Putin's plan to attack our allies, proclaimed that Russia could do whatever the hell they want. Trump said in February that he had told a foreign leader that he would tell Russia to do whatever the hell they want to countries that he thought didn't spend enough on defense. Tensions are rising all over the world as a result of events like Russia's invasion of Ukraine, Israel's war with Hamas, and China's aggression against its neighbors, all of which are contributing to the candidates' disagreement over who would stand up for America's military more effectively. While Harris has restricted insight with the military, Trump has on the other hand applauded the military, scrutinized officers, and scrutinized America's unions, leaving every candidate possibly weak on the issue. Trump, in a meeting delivered Monday, again questioned years-old reports, including a public assertion by his previous head of staff, John Kelly, that he had alluded to individuals killed in battle as washouts. Who would utter that? Trump said in the meeting with podcaster Sean Ryan, a previous Naval Force SEAL. Who might say it? No one would agree that it, a bonehead or an individual that is deranged. Trump likewise tended to the public watchman relationship of the U.S. on Monday in Detroit. Trump's mission has gathered substitutes with military experience to vouch for Trump and assault the vote-based ticket. Allies such as retired Navy SEAL Ryan Zinke, who is now a Republican congressman, and the families of the service members who died during the exit from Afghanistan were present at a press conference on Monday. Last week, the Trump lobby set a letter free from conservative legislators who served in the military and blamed Harris's running mate, Minnesota Governor's Tim Walz, of distorting parts of his public gatekeeper administration. In order to emphasize that the vice president would be a formidable commander-in-chief, the Harris campaign has turned to its own legion of supporters. During his remarks at the Democratic National Convention, Repsa Ruben Gallego, a Marine who is running for a seat in the U.S. Senate from Arizona invited dozens of elected Democratic veterans onto the stage. He noted that Trump had criticized the late Republican Senator John McCain, a veteran and former prisoner of war. What's more, he said that Task 2025, a plan collected by moderate gatherings for the following conservative organization, would slice veteran advantages and power VA clinics to close the country over. Project 2025 has been harshly criticized by Trump. In any case, both official up-and-comers' self-portrayals preclude huge subtleties. While Harris obviously assumed a part in the Biden organization's endeavors to support NATO and backing Ukraine, including discourses at the Munich Security Gathering and gatherings with Zelensky and different partners, her activities were completely in support of Biden's vision, as may be normal from a VP. And keeping in mind that the White House has focused on that Harris was a full overseeing accomplice, they have not determined which job she played in key choices. Harris told correspondents in 2021 that she was the last individual in the room when Biden pursued the choice to pull out of Afghanistan. Yet individuals acquainted with the consultations have said she didn't seem to have impact with Biden on an issue where he was profoundly settled in. Trump, on the other hand, has presented himself as a proponent of a robust U.S. military, but he has repeatedly been criticized for his disrespectful remarks regarding service members. The most recent controversy erupted when Trump said that the Presidential Medal of Freedom, a civilian medal, was much better than the Medal of Honor, the highest military award for valor in combat. This comment drew rare criticism from the veterans of foreign wars. The Medal of Honor is the highest military award for valor in combat. Al Lippert, the commander-in-chief of the Veterans of Foreign Wars, said in a statement, "These asinine comments not only diminish the significance of our nation's highest award for valor, but also crassly characterize the sacrifices of those who have risked their lives above and beyond the call of duty." During his most memorable official mission, Trump deprecated the penance of McCain, who burned through 5 years as a POW in Vietnam and went through serious torment, saying, "I like individuals who weren't caught." While the chosen people pursue one another, a large part of the discussion has been directed by a couple of bad habit official competitors who both served in the military. Walz and Senator J.D. Vance, R. Ohio, Trump's running mate, are the principal veterans who served after September 11, 2001, to be important for an official ticket. Vance served 4 years in the Marine Corps in open issues, conveying once to Iraq prior to withdrawing deployment ready as a corporal. Walz was a command sergeant major for 24 years in the Minnesota National Guard before retiring in 2005 to run for Congress. Vance has accused Walz of stolen valor for the way he has characterized Walz's service, sparking bitter exchanges between them. Walz has said he resigned as an order sergeant major. While he arrived at that position, he didn't hold it sufficiently long or complete the expected coursework to hold the position in retirement, rather turning into an expert sergeant, Minnesota Public Watchman authorities have said. After the issue arose for this present month, the Harris lobby rectified its site to eliminate that Walz was a resigned order sergeant major. It also said that Walz misspoke when he said at a campaign event that he carried weapons in war because he didn't fight in a war zone. A few conservatives have likewise condemned Walz for resigning in 2005, saying he probably realized that his unit was presumably going to convey in practically no time to Iraq. Democrats respond that Walz was entitled to retire when he did, and that he had already extended his military career by re-enlisting following the 9/11 attacks. They also point out that Trump was granted 5 deferrals from the draft during the Vietnam War. Conservatives, they claim, are endeavoring to quick-boat Walz, utilizing a term that beholds back to 2004, when conservatives went after just official John F. Kerry by scrutinizing his administration in Vietnam and whether he merited the Purple Hearts he got for wounds he endured. Many individuals who presented with Kerry disagreed with the GOP reactions.